So Robert, obviously it's just a great chance to get your views on the state of racing for starters. What about the extra stakes going into it? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, look, it's very exciting. Any sort of increase is good, and about 30% increase, which is nothing to be scoffed at.
And I guess for anyone, it's going to be even more attractive when ATR puts their little percentage on top as well.
Oh, most definitely. What ATR have done is great. As you say, to get up there and be able to race for even more prize money. It means if you've got a horse good enough, you get rewarded.
Just go back to your sort of start in racing. What sort of got you involved?
Really, just the love of horses. Grew up riding show jumpers, and just loved the horses. There probably wasn't going to be a huge sort of future in show jumping for me, and a horse called Black Caviar really ignited my love in racing, and from then I've just been obsessed with it.
So for you, obviously you'd had a decent grounding in all facets, and we know there's a lot of career paths in racing. So why training?
I love being involved day to day with the horse, and I love the competitiveness of getting out there and trying to better your horse and competing against some of the best horses, not only here but in Australasia and even around the world if you get a good enough horse. But that is the great thing about the industry. There's so many opportunities, whether it be in insurance, whether it be with bloodstock companies, whether it be at the racing club, marketing. There's just opportunities galore, and it's such a fun and exciting industry that anyone that loves racing you can get involved anywhere really.
Okay, so one thing about racing, it's always not only just about the horses, which is a really cool draw card, but it's about the punt, it's about the glamour and glitz of a race day. What's your part that interests you most?
Yeah, I love it all. To be honest, my favourite part is when you see the enjoyment and excitement of owners. For instance, at Ellerslie, coming down those steps, the big grin on their face, and your business and your job has just changed their life or given them one of the greatest days they've had out, and that's really special because owners put a lot of money into the industry, and it's nice to get financial rewards, but what it does for people's lives is quite incredible.
And I guess all those connections you've made along the way, through university, through the time you're at the stud farms and things, I guess they're all part of your journey now, because they do tend to come up in different facets, don't they?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, there's people that I've met through racing that have helped me in my personal life. There's people that have become very good, personal friends, and a lot of the people you're meeting are pretty established business people themselves, and you learn a lot from your clients and other people you meet at the races. But yeah, it is incredible. Some people that have lived amazing lives outside of racing, and a horse race brings them to their knees. The excitement and the passion.
We talk about that burgeoning success, and for you, I think you're starting to rack up the Group 1 wins, even in Australia. You picked up $1 million race through the season. What's been the highlights along the way?
Look, there's been so many highlights. I still remember the first winner at Taupo there. It was a pretty cold day at Taupo, but there was just no feeling like it. I think it had been at least 2 months or something. We'd waited a little while to get that first winner, so it was nice to get that monk off our back. And then Hypnos at Ellerslie was my first stakes winner. That was for very good clients, Ron and Fran Dixon, so that was very special. And especially at Ellerslie on Boxing Day, there's just almost no better scene. Then to back it up, Concert Hall, that was our first Group 1 winner. Again, Boxing Day at Ellerslie, it gives you shivers down your spine thinking about it now. And then obviously then moving on to win a couple of Group 1s in Australia with Pinarello and Prowess has just been, it's what you dream of as a little boy, and you sort of pinch yourself that now you're competing in these races that you dreamed of even running horses in and winning them. So it's been an incredible ride so far. Yeah,
you've been listing some pretty handy horses in that group of horses as well. Just talk about Prowess, because obviously she is the current star of your stable. Her win at Pukekohe in the Kanaka Million 3-year-old Classic was just phenomenal. What is it about her?
Yeah, it was. I mean, everyone had been speaking of that race with the quality of the 3-year-olds, and yeah, race has just gone from strength to strength. You know, to see Prowess come out and win a Vinery in Australia and a weight for age, and then Legato come out of the race and win an Australian Guineas, you know, it just backs up, you know, what that race means to our industry. And for her to come out and win it in such a good field was just so special.
Yeah, that Karaka Million night, I know it was a Pukekohe for the past season, but it has become such a marquee night, one of the big party nights of New Zealand racing, one of the great nights. What's it like, you know, winning that last race on the card, you know, one of the big features?
Yeah, look, winning $1 million race, it didn't matter whether it was at Pukekohe or Ellerslie, but yeah, I mean, that's a special night to our industry. I think there's a lot of people throughout the year that might only go to the odd race meeting and come and crack a millions. Yeah, they're super excited to get out there, and I think that's a real good way to get people into the industry. They have that really good experience, have an enjoyable night. You know, there's good money on offer, and you know, it is just such a great party and way to enjoy all the hard work that goes in to get these horses to that stage.
Yeah, what makes it so special, do you think?
Well, I think just you get everyone there, especially with the sales on, you get the Australians there. I think it's a great chance to showcase our racing. We've got our best horses, our best jockeys riding, and I think it really shows what we've got on offer. And with ATR putting this new track in, it's going to be a world-class track, and it's just going to add to that being an amazing night of racing.
Okay, so obviously we haven't been racing at Ellerslie for a little while. There's a lot of work going on. Have you sort of kept up to play with what's happening there?
Yeah, I've been fortunate. A couple of times I've just been in Auckland. I've given Paul a ring and gone for a bit of a walk and seen the odd video on social media and things, and it's pretty impressive what they're doing. And speaking to other trainers that have more sort of understanding of the Strathclyde track, both in Melbourne, Hong Kong, and things, they've just said, you know, you're just going the right way. It's an incredible surface, and you know, to be able to race on that throughout our season with your better horses is just so exciting.
Yeah, you've spoken about the Strathclyde and obviously the really innovative work that the Auckland Thoroughbred racing team are doing at the moment. How exciting is it from a trainer's point of view about what's going on there?
Well, it's incredible. When, you know, obviously just across the ditch we've got a really buoyant racing industry, and as a young person, you know, whether you get offered opportunities there or look at it and think, you know, it looks good there, I think we do have a really good industry here, and you know, personally myself as a young trainer, with ATR coming together and sort of laying a footprint for what can be done, and then putting the Strathclyde in, it gives me so much confidence to not only know that getting clients in, you're going to be returned with them up putting extra prize money on, but also they're going to be running on a world-class track. And I just think it's really exciting. The industry is going to go forward and prosper from the work they've done.
You're out there on race days, even track work mornings, and you're talking with other industry participants. What's the thoughts? Is there real optimism that, you know, Auckland's leading the way to making the industry a better place?
Yeah, I think most definitely. I think everyone's very excited about, first of all, what Auckland's done, and you know, we just can't wait to get back there and start racing at the track. But also, you know, as most people are probably aware, the Waikato Racing Club, Te Amudu or Waipa Racing, Cambridge Jockey Club and Te Rapa have just joined. And look, there's nothing confirmed as to what's going to happen, but I think Auckland's sort of put the framework down and shown what can be achieved, and hopefully if between Waikato and Auckland we get a similar result and can continue to increase prize money, it's going to be a pretty attractive place to be racing horses.
It is, and that's it is the northern sort of move that we've sort of seen in racing for a long time. But it's still like, you know, Eden Park, isn't it? Your big test match is where you want to go and win the big races, and that tends to be what Ellerslie is. Is that the way you see it?
Oh, 100%. You know, any day special going there, but on those big days, you crack a millions and Boxing Day and things, you know, you hop out of your car and walk in there, it's a pretty special feeling, and if you can walk back to your car with a winner or two, you know, it's a pretty good day out. So look, the more often we can present opportunities like that for owners and things for good money, just the better it gets, and the more people that are going to want to be involved in our industry. For you,
you're a young trainer, you're telling us about you know, the new ideas for Roger James, and obviously you'd have ideas, what could you sort of foresee as things that could change for the better in racing in New Zealand, particularly in Auckland?
Well, I think Auckland's certainly going the right way about it. As I say, the more we can sort of increase prize money and have those good nights there. One thing I'd love to see happen is the New Year's Day races move to New Year's Eve. Cracker Millions Works have a very similar sort of structure, and I think that'd just be another great day at Ellerslie for the Auckland community.
It'd become a real party night, a great way of seeing in the new year at Ellerslie.
Yeah, and that's, the more people that come for that, they're going to enjoy their night and think, hey, this is an industry I want to get involved in, and more people that want to do that, the more nice horses we can come by at the sales. Okay,
so there's good racing coming up. We'll be back at Ellerslie late summer into the autumn, and of course there's some big races to win through that period. Can you repeat a Karaka Million 3-year-old win and maybe a horse to follow him, or even a Derby win perhaps?
Yeah, look, we've got some nice horses there, probably two that ran at Hastings the other day. Orchestral won and Monsoon Night ran second, both lovely horses. So it'd be nice to follow them through their 3-year-old season. I think they can both really step up and be pretty classy animals.